company I work for in Fort Wayne, which is a consulting company. It's our summer programming. And this is the second year or so that we have tried this. My first year just started back in September. I had done a fire hydrant project with students over in Greenville, Ohio, previously, years ago. So I went to Councilman Shoemaker, fire chief, and said, your fire hydrants look like they could be updated.
He basically presented the program to me, gave me some examples of things that the students and him would be willing to tackle for the city. He explained the importance of why it's imperative to keep these kids engaged and in a routine on a basically a yearly basis.
Mark, before school ended, he asked me if I wanted to be in the program and paint these over the summer instead of like sitting around and doing nothing.
He was telling me about it when school was starting to end because didn't really have any work that I was looking forward to or anything.
All of us in this program knew nothing about painting fire hydrants or what the process was. It was not necessarily trial and error, but coming up, the team, the whole group coming up with a process that made sense from start to finish. And it took us a good week to come up with exactly how we were going to do it. The fire hydrants were installed from 1950s through the 90s, so they're all in different stages of needing improvement.
We usually get ones that aren't painted yet, get scrapers and scrape off the loose paint.
And then applying a rust prohibitive primer. That's why there are so many white ones around town right now, because we've had people stop and say, why are you painting fire hydrants white?
White, and then we wait maybe a day or two, and then we come back and paint it the right color that it's on it.
Chief Shoemaker coordinated the colors because each hydrant has different pressure. And that's why the tops, which are called the bonnets, which I didn't know before we started this, are different colors, so the firefighters know when they pull up, this green one has this pressure, this orange one has this pressure.
And you know, painting fire hydrants seems like a simple process, but it sends a bigger message to a lot of people when they enter this community.
The biggest challenge by far is it's got to be the weather. I mean, last week it just rained like almost constant every day. But then afterward, we could go and try and dry off all the rain and stuff, but then the paint just won't stick. And then some days it's just so blazing hot that those are the days we have to go out in the park and do those ones under shade.
In the beginning, they let us know that there's 180 fire hydrants in Union City. The expectation wasn't to get them all done in a 2-month period, but we're doing them right, and I'd say we're probably at about 80 that are complete or in some stage of renovation right now. So the ones that don't get done will still be here next summer for new students to take over.
Again, the City of Union City is just very excited about this program. We believe wholeheartedly that it's a great program. I'm very pleased with Mark and what he brings to the table. He's a bundle of energy. He works well with the kids. The kids seem to be very engaged.
It's got to be Mark. I mean, he's making the whole thing extremely, it's fun. If it was any other, instructor or something, I'm sure they'd try and just do it like a textbook. But it's fun every time when we go to, we go out to eat. It's just a blast, and that's what really makes the whole experience.
As we get them completed different places in town, when they're going somewhere in town with their family, friends, whatever, they can look at it and say, look what we did today. And they look brand new after they're completed. So I think that's been really good. Plus, the people who live here in Union City have been really great to everybody. They'll stop while we're painting and thank them for what they're doing, tell them it's a great job. And you don't always get that with a job. So it's been a nice thing that I didn't expect.
As the fire chief, when I pull into a community, doesn't matter where it's at, one of the things that I notice when I pull into a community is their fire hydrants. I think the message that this program is sending to our community is that this administration cares about the details of making our community better than it was before.